Welcome back to Children's Church. I'm so glad to have you here with me. And all this month we're talking about July is for Jesus is talking. Jesus taught in parables. Today we're talking about the parable of the lost son, also known as the prodigal son. I'm going to read it to you. I have a lot of opinions about it. Let's go. We're in the book of Luke, chapter 15, verse 11. He also said, he is Jesus. A man had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me my share of the estate that I have coming to me. So he distributed the assets to them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered together all he had and traveled to a distant country, where he squandered his estate in foolish living. After he had spent everything, a severe famine struck that country, and he had nothing. Then he went to work for one of the citizens of that country, who sent him to the fields to feed pigs. He longed to eat his fill from the pods the pigs were eating, but no one would give him any. When he came to his senses, he said, How many of my father's hired hands have more than enough food, and here I am dying of hunger? I'll get up, go to my father, and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired hands. So he got up and went to his father. But while his son was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran, threw his arms around his neck, and kissed him. The son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father told his servants, Quick, bring out the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Then bring the fat calf and slaughter, and let's celebrate with a feast. Because this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. So they began to celebrate. Now his older son was in the field, and as he came near the house, he heard the music and dancing. So he summoned one of the servants and asked what these things meant. Your brother is here, he told him. Your father has slaughtered the fatted calf, because he has him back safe and sound. Then he became angry and refused to go in. And his father came out and pleaded with him, but his father replied, Look, I have been slaving away many years for you, and have never disobeyed you. But you never even gave me a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has devoured your assets and squandered your money with terrible people, you slaughtered a fatted calf for him. Son, he said, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and rejoice, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found. A lot of people like to point to the story as how God views us. We are lost, and then we are found. Even when we turn away and shake out our sandals at God and walk away, when we come home, God is waiting for us with a warm coat and a feast and good solid shoes for our feet, because he was never angry, just waiting for us to come home. And sometimes I understand the older son. Like, hey, I've been here the whole time. I did everything right. You aren't celebrating me. Do I have to do something bad to get celebrated? And it feels like that sometimes. But it's not that the younger son did anything right. It isn't really about him. It's about the Father's heart and how much he loves and how he's waiting for us. You see, the Father points out, you're always with me, and everything I have is yours. Because the older son didn't ask for those things. His brother did. And when he realized that he'd done the wrong thing, he came home and repented. And his father was waiting for him. In the parable, the father needs to make the older son understand, you could have asked for those things. I am here, and everything I have is yours. It's easy to get jealous when someone who didn't do the right thing gets celebrated for coming back, when you've been doing the right thing all along. But did you ask? Did you come forward and say, I would like these things? Or did you just let it build up in your heart until you were angry at your brother for something that isn't actually about him? Because the father wasn't angry at either of them. He forgave them both immediately. He was waiting with food and comfort and forgiveness. And they both needed it for different reasons. And in the story, the Father represents God and how he looks to us. That's what I wanted you guys to remember for this week. We'll be back next week for another of Jesus' parables, and I'll be happy to see you then.